Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges, and my fellow debaters. I am Anggi, acting as the third speaker of the affirmative team. I would like to talk about economical and cultural point of view. Our motion today is, this House believes that the tourism industry does more harm than good for the citizens of developing countries. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's debate, we stand firm in our argument that the tourism industry, particularly in developing countries like Indonesia, does indeed inflict more harm than good upon its citizens, both economically and culturally. Let me delve deeper into these two critical aspects. Firstly, let's talk about the benefit sides of things first. Even though tourism brings in a lot of money, it often doesn't help the local people much. Bali Island, Indonesia, for example, it's a popular place for tourists, but most of the money doesn't go to the locals. Instead, big companies and foreign investors get most of it. This keeps local communities poor and left out. Also, relying too much on tourism for money makes this country vulnerable. If something bad happens, like a natural disaster or political issues, it can really hurt their economy. This means people may lose their jobs and fall into poverty. Now let's look at the cultural sides of things. When tourism grows without control, it often turns local cultures into product. Traditional practice and customs become shows for tourists, losing their real meaning. In Indonesia, for example, many sacred rituals and traditions have been changed and commercialized to please tourists, which weakens their cultural value. Additionally, the influx of tourists brings global norms that overshadow local cultures. This makes the diverse cultural heritage of these countries fade away over time. The tourism industry in Indonesia brings in a lot of money, but also increases economic inequality. In Bali, for example, luxury resorts and international hotel chains dominate the market. Most of the profits go back to the foreign investor home countries, not benefiting the local economy. This leads to wealth being concentrated among a few, while local communities, especially those not involved in tourism, stay poor and disadvantaged. Over-reliance on tourism also makes Indonesia's economy vulnerable to outside shock. The COVID-19 pandemic showed this clearly. With travel restrictions and lockdowns, Bali's tourism-dependent economy was hit hard, causing widespread unemployment and financial instability for locals. This highlighted the risk of depending too much on one industry, which can be easily affected by global travel chains, natural disasters, and political issues. Culturally, tourism often turns local tradition into product for tourists. In Bali, traditional Balinese dance performances, which have deep cultural spiritual significance, are often staged to fit tourist schedules and preference. This strips them of their authenticity and meaning, reducing them to mere entertainment and diluting their cultural value. The influx of tourists and Western culture also erodes local tradition and identity. In tourist-heavy areas like Kuta, Bali, younger generations are increasingly adopting Western lifestyle and value. This gradual erosion of indigenous cultural practice and norms undermines the rich diversity and uniqueness of local cultures, leaving them culturally poorer in the long run. In conclusion, while tourism in Indonesia brings some economic benefits, its negative impacts are significant. It increases economic inequality and vulnerability to external shocks, and it commodifies and exploits traditional practice, leading to the erosion of sustainable and fair models of tourism that prioritize the well-being of local communities and the preservation of their cultural heritage.